Hello and welcome to the university. I am so super excited about doing today's video. I am so excited to get right into this video. In today's video, we are going to be talking about how I started my digital product business with digital marketing. There has been so much that I've been learning inside of my business this week that I have to share with you and that I have to break down in today's video, because if you are someone that really wants to take starting your online business seriously and you really want to understand what digital marketing is, this is going to be the video for you today, because I really do truly feel like the mindset shifts and the uh just the mindset shifts and the perspectives that has been able to be provided for me in my business this week will help so many people out there that really truly are interested in like really becoming someone who's making this digital marketing thing work for them, and who's really learning the business of online business and how to put the two together to make the magic happen inside of your vision. And so I think the biggest thing that I learned about my business this week was you have to be willing to be in the mindset of a leader, right? Because if you are interested in being a educator, right, someone who wants to teach and share the how to's of an industry, right, a particular industry, you're going to have to be willing to lead the people. You're going to have to be willing to, um, you know, not pretend, not try to be perfect, not trying to sound like or look like you have it all figured out, but more so coming on being transparent and being authentic about where you are on your journey. And so that's kind of the dynamic that I'm taking on in my business, is being more concerned, being more concerned with sharing the journey so that way you can get it. So like if you are someone that want to start your business, if you are someone who want to take digital marketing seriously, you can get it through my journey, right? And so I inside of the Digital Profits University, and just talking with my mentor, she always would tell me like, you're lacking leadership, right? Like you're lacking leadership is it's not the fact that what you're talking about is not enough. It's just that you're not letting us in on your journey enough, so that way the people can understand where it is that you're going. And so that's the premise of today's video, just kind of like letting you know that things are not perfect. Like I am just getting started, and this is the best time to start is when somebody is starting, especially if you want to get the invaluable insight that somebody else is having in their business. Another thing that I've just been experiencing this week, because I really feel like this will help somebody. Digital marketing is not a business. Okay. Digital marketing is not a business. Digital marketing is a set of strategies and tools you use, right, to market and promote your product. I want people to know that, because I was doing some research last night and a lot of people kept saying, that these courses that teaches you about digital marketing are scams. And I just wasn't understanding like why people felt that way. And it's because the courses are designed to teach you everything it is you need to know about the business of online business, right? But it also is going to teach you digital marketing strategies. And I think when people buy these courses, they go into with the mindset that that is the business, right? That is what it is that they're selling, and it's not. Because you have two routes that you can take inside of digital marketing, right? You can become an educator, someone who teaches people how to in this industry, right? Or you can take the route of creating your own digital product and educating people about what it is that you have to offer in particular. But what I want you to understand is that the strategy is the same. And we're going to be breaking down that strategy in today's video. The strategy remains the same across whether you want to be an educator or you just want to be somebody who promotes, right, the product. Because what I had to understand for myself was, oh no, I'm becoming an educator on how to be and utilize these strategies, right? I'm educating people about that. So I really truly believe that anybody that comes, inside of the community that comes, and takes advantage of my personal offer, it's because they have a mission, right? They already have a mission. They just looking for that assist, right? That thing that's gonna put they mission on and they message on. And because I had to understand it about myself, like, oh wait, nah, I'm just looking for the strategy. Cause I remember, like I shared with in my previous video, I was in the network marketing space and direct sales, but I lacked the strategies. It wasn't about the fact that I just wasn't good at what I was doing. It was just that I lacked the strategy. And so having access to digital marketing, right? Having access to the tools and resources that's needed to actually execute on proper promotion is what was lacking in my journey at that time. So I want people to understand that. I want people to get very clear that digital marketing is not what you're selling unless you want to, right? Like that's just the path that I chose. I just chose to be somebody who, positions herself on the market to those who really want the strategies to be able to promote whatever it is that they already have going on. And so, it's just so happened that my offer, my digital business system is something that anybody can take advantage of, whether you want to learn how to, sell your own digital products and you don't want to particularly be a educator. That's fine. You have that option too. So I just wanted to clear that up because a lot of people are so confused about what digital marketing is and what digital products are and how they work and how they coincide and how they work together. A lot of what I've been having to do this week inside of my business is working on my belief systems because I'm going to say it like this. At one point in my journey, I kept asking myself, what is it that these people have that I don't? Right. And I used to think it was something that they were saying, something that they was doing, maybe they were just super special or they had something that I didn't have. And I'm going to kick it to you like this. Life is what you make yourself believe. Okay. And I need you to lean into this one right here because this is going to be the difference maker between you actually being able to make these strategies work for you and your business being successful and it not. Right? It's literally going to be the difference maker. You are being provided for by the universe based on your belief systems, right? And your core values. The universe can't provide you with nothing outside of what you believe. And so until I set myself down and said, this is not a matter of fact. This is a matter of what you believe will happen for you. Right? This is a matter of what you believe is possible. People, this is not a definite outcome. You have to make this a thing for you. Right? And I know people who don't understand how belief work struggle with saying, okay, I'm going to get myself into this and I'm going to just believe. But some people don't know how to believe, right? And so this is why this is why the topics are what they are today. Because like I said, I've had to be pushed into leadership. And so that means I have to become responsible for your mindset and how you think about the way you come into this thing, because this is a strategy, right? The mindset that you come into this opportunity with is a strategy all on its own. So if you come in with the strategy knowing that you have to work on your belief and that's how you're being provided for, right, by the universe, then that's what you're going to have to start working on. Okay? So because you are a creator, right, meaning someone who has the power to cause an effect on your reality, the only way things become real for you, right, is if you actually become, right? You have to become in which what you seek. You could not sit back and chase anything. You're going to be chasing yourself in a circle. You have to become what you seek, right? Meaning that if you want to be somebody who start a business, you're going to have to make that investment into a product, into that course that y'all keep saying don't work, that gives you the information and the knowledge that set you off on a path of enlightenment, right? Because it's good to come connect with me and get my insight, but I'm already on my path to enlightenment. So I'm on my way, right? This is not about income claims. That don't help you get you to where you're trying to go. Because I came in chasing the money, right? And got no and I tried to take on that same angle, not knowing that there was a specific juice, right? In a cook they was doing to be able to get the results they was getting. And so I have to come provide you with the mentality, the mindsets, the perspectives you need to get those outcomes you're looking for. So this is why I broke down, like, leadership is going to be important. Like, letting people on the journey, not trying to pretend like you have it all figured out, right? Knowing that what you believe is the outcome. That's it. Ain't no such thing as there's a particular thing that I have to do to get the results. All you have to do is believe, and start with belief. Start with belief. So if you want to know how you're gonna have to come in, it's gonna have to be, let me start believing that things could this could be my reality. Right before I pressed the record button, I said, wow, I am so grateful that I've made it here. I've been able to overcome so much, so many strongholds, so many barriers to be right where it is that I am. This is why I say that anybody that's attracted to my content is because they already have a mission. They just looking for a way to get put on. And digital marketing can do that for you. Remember, the strategies can do that for you with whatever mission or message you have, right? Digital marketing can be your thing. But you have to come learn those set of strategies, those set of skills, those set of tools. And the longer you take, right, to invest into them, the longer it's going to take for you to get yourself on that mission. I guarantee you that. I guarantee you the longer you take, the longer it's going to take for you to really get that clarity it is that you need. But I really do believe that today's video is going to be that difference maker, and you being able to feel confident about stepping into whatever it is that you are already called to do anyway. Right? So really, like, the biggest thing that I've been doing inside of the university this week is working on my belief systems. Right? And knowing that I'm only provided for based on what I believe. I don't get to be provided for no other way. So if I don't get real clear about where it is that I'm going, right? If I don't get real clear in my belief about where I'm going, I'm not going there. I'm going to be doing this back and forth thing. Like, oh, am I going? Right? Is this? So we have to get real clear about who it is that we are, what it is that we're here to do, and where we're going. Right? And then make those investments into the tools, right? That's going to help us get there. That's what my digital business system does. Right? It allows you to get yourself in that position, like a launch pad, to get yourself in that position to be on that mission that you want to be on. I am so grateful to be, in this season, and just like to been able to overcome everything, the strongholds that tried to stop me from, being able to be right here where I'm giving back the game, where I'm putting people on. Like, this is where I belong. And so I've always had a passion to, there's always been a special place in my heart for women, because I went through my own trials and tribulations and struggles in life. So I was like, if I'm a woman that's going through these things, I know, right, there are so many more women out there that's dealing with the same stuff, right? Because one thing that God always set me down with was, when you open your mouth, I'm not just talking to you, right? I'm talking to whoever else need to hear it for today. And so that's why I make these videos. That's why I created this channel, because I understand that God is not just talking to me, and that there are so many more people who's just like me, right? who wants to own that business because they understand what's going on and they want to understand this space. So I'm just so grateful to be positioned. So let's talk about the strategy, right? Like I talked to you about how digital marketing is not a business. There are people who own digital marketing firms. That's fine, right? But this is not that. This is not, I'm not doing that. Like, let's just be clear about that. I don't own a marketing firm, right? I am someone who's coming to share with you the strategies that I'm using and offering you back that product so that way you can be in that same position, right? So the strategy, right? The plan. And I always like to introduce the plan because I always like to introduce the strategy as the plan. Because if you are really somebody that's connecting with this content, like I said, you are somebody who wants to give the game back. So the name of the game is invest into the plan, learn the plan, share the plan, right? And that's how you get to where it is that you want to go, right? That's how you see all these people making $30,000, $40,000, $500,000 in a year, because they really truly at their heart are educators and leaders, right? They're getting over themselves enough, right, to be able to get themselves in a position to lead the people, right? And that's a big part of what it is that you're gonna have to be able to do when you step into this space, especially if you want to follow in the footsteps of the people you see talk about how to do this, how to create a digital product. Here's a strategy you can use. Like if you want to be that person you see online that's doing all that stuff, you have to invest into whatever it is, right? You have to invest into whatever it is they're using to get themselves in that position. Part one in this strategy is you understanding your target audience through and through, right, to the T. And I'm going to say this requires dedication and a commitment in a real, genuine care. Because as I continue to be a student inside of the university, be a student to the game, I'm learning something every day about my target audience, something new and inspiring and fresh about my target audience every single day. And that's going to be like how it is for you when you come in. Like you're going to be super dedicated and focused on how you can say something in a way that's going to help them understand more of what it is that you have to offer, because you care about their success, right? You really care about them getting it. So you just become super clear, right, about who it is that you're talking to, because you want them to connect. You want them to get it. And so you're going to have to continuously study, like, what does it take for them to get it? Because if you're really somebody that want to get a game back, right, there is a way you do that. And you have to be continuously studying them every day. I study every day, right? I'm asking questions all the time because there's more to be learned. There's more perspectives to gain. There's more mind shifts to have. So that way, when I come and give you the knowledge, you can get it, right? And I do believe that today's video is going to help you clear up so many of the blind spots and so much of the confusion that's out there about what digital marketing and what digital products truly are and how they work together cohesively to create the outcome that you're looking for. Okay, so you're going to have to spend a lot of your time, educating yourself about who your person is, right? About who your person is. And like I said, your person is somebody that you want to help do something you've already been able to do for yourself. And I really, truly feel like if you don't have that thing, right? If you're watching this video and you're just watching from a place of being inspired, if you feel like you don't have that thing, then you need to go start something, right? You need to just go start something or go accomplish something or go overcome something. So that way you can have a way to give something back, right? This game is about knowing, like, this game is about taking what it is that you've been able to do and giving it back, right? This is, I don't want people to overthink this at all, because it's not something that, like, it's not something that we need to overthink. We don't need to overthink this. I remember being a newbie, just stepping on the scene, trying to figure out like how things work. I was so lost and confused. Digital products and digital marketing just my head was spinning. because it was so many moving parts. And so because it was so many moving parts, I had to break it down in this strategy right here, right? Where I was saying, oh, let me figure this part out, right? And then let me figure this part out, right? So we're going to continue to break down the strategy. Part two of this strategy is you're going to have to get real crystal clear on the product that you want to offer, right? And the type of transformation you're going to be allowing this person you want to help go on. You're going to have to get crystal line clear about that. I was able to sit down in my business this week and get real clear about your transformation and how it is the product that I had to offer could help you. That's one thing you're going to have to get so crystal clear about that. And you're going to have to continue to be a student to your own product. Like whatever product you decided that you want to sell, you're going to have to continue to make that connection to your product. Like don't create something and then don't use it. Because you have to continuously work the strategy, right? Meaning that you have to continuously be using what you're talking about. That's the only way you're going to be able to stay connected to the message, right? Is if you continuously, use what it is that you're talking about. Because people want to hear like different experiences that you having with this product that you're selling. People are going to want to hear that because they have to see themselves inside of what it is that you're doing. So you're going to have to continuously be able to show up, right, in whatever it is that you have to offer, right? So that's what I want you to know, how simple this could be for you, because because I was someone who overthought it so much. I have to come lay it out so plainly, so that way that the people that I'm on a mission to help, they can understand so clearly what it is that they need to do. So a third part of this strategy, like, it is finding yourself on a platform, right? You're gonna have to be able to show up on this platform daily. And when I say daily, I ain't talking about like actually on the platform. Like when I say God has prepared me for this moment, I mean it, because I'm always in my room talking to you. Always. This ain't new to me, this true to me. Right? Because I'm always talking and speaking and giving back the game. I'm always on this platform, even if I'm off camera. So you're going to have to learn how to find yourself on a platform and be consistent with it and show up on that platform every single day. Every single day. Whether that might be you have to batch create some content, like just depend on the platform. Because I know YouTube, the strategy on YouTube is very different from the strategy on Instagram. Like Instagram is more so create reels, multiple reels a day, right, for the entire week. YouTube is a little different. Like the strategy of building over here is much different. And so just whatever platform you want to see yourself on, you're going to have to study that platform and see how things will work for you, right? I've had to step out and figure out how this platform actually maneuvers and how this platform work in order for me to be able to like show up in confidence. This is why I say like you have to continuously invest into the plan, right? Like continue to educate yourself about what's going on, what's happening, be in the know about the updates and what's actually working on these platforms, right? That's why I say this is an entire strategy. This is something I do daily. I make sure that I study my target audience today. Okay, I've learned more and I've actually made a connection with my product today. How has it been able to help me? Okay, what is something else that I can learn about this platform and how I can allow it to work better for me? Those are the things that you're going to have to sit down and be able to know and understand. And so I want to break down the last part of this formula, but in a different way today. Because I want you to understand the difference between digital marketing and traditional marketing, right? So digital marketing looks like for us when I talk about how you're going to have to set yourself up a website. Digital marketing allow us to scale our businesses, or let's just be plain about it, our missions and our vision and our purpose a lot faster. right? Because think about traditional marketing. Traditional marketing is like, you know how you met somebody on like at the front of a flea market or a corner store, they offering you like some oil or some shea butter or some tea. 9 times out of 10, if you don't run into somebody who's already understanding the importance, right, of what it is that you offering, they don't want it, right? Digital marketing allows us to continue to expose, right, and indoctrinate the people that may show a peak of interest in what it is that we're doing. So 9 times out of 10, a problem that you have when you selling like just popping up on a corner is that people don't have enough information about what it is that you're doing, right? So digital marketing allows us to continue to expose people to what it is that we're doing, right? Without having the pressure of, oh, you need to buy this right now, right? So this is what collecting emails is about, is being able to expose them more to what it is that you're doing, what your mission is, what your purpose is, what your value is, why they should want what you have. That's what email allows us to do, right? This is why we need those systems. We need those website, those tools and those strategies, so that way we can continue to scale and build what it is that we have. So digital marketing gets rid of that problem of they don't know enough, right? Increasing our chances of getting buyers. We're not really interested in you buying. We just want you to go through our funnel, our sales funnel, because you might need some more information. I don't know where you are on your journey, right? I don't know where you are on your journey. I don't know if you're hot and ready, right? Because you've been seeing it enough times and you just ready to start, where you just learning, you warmed up, but you like, I don't know. You might need some more information. Then there's some people that's cold, that's like, child, I don't know nothing. Right? Like I need to come up in your funnel for a little bit. I need to sit in your email marketing campaign for a little bit. Right? So that is why we advocate today for digital marketing so hard for these strategies, because it allows us to go so much faster. And so I want to just touch really quickly back on that product. A lot of the content creators that I see on YouTube today, they are strongly advocating for a high ticket product. Why? Because it allows you to have a better dollar per view, right? Like if somebody got 300 subscribers and they have a high ticket product, they can move really quick in their business. They don't have to sell like if you're going to sell $10 products, you can do that offline. There's no reason to come set up shop online and then you not high ticket, high valuing it. It just don't make sense. You can, but I'm just saying, like, if you're going to come online, make it worth your while. Like, you're going to be sending emails. You're going to be doing research. You're going to have to be being consistent, setting up systems. Make it worth your while so that way you can move faster, right? And so I want to speak really quickly on systems before I wrap up this video. One thing that I had to fall into this week in my business was systems. Right? Having something that I am doing behind the scenes to allow me to be consistent with showing up on these videos. If you're not in a space to where you can sit down and create systems for yourself and be system dependent, right? Meaning that you don't mind sitting down, figuring out what needs to be done in a day, right? On any given day, what needs to be done inside of your business and at home, and creating a routine and a schedule and writing that out. So that way you can make sure you get this stuff done. This is probably not the opportunity for you right now, right? But you have to come in with the mindset and the willingness to want to be system dependent. So I just wanted to break that down because that has been the biggest shift in my business, is becoming system dependent and being okay with that and trusting the outcome and not saying, because this is the thing, because I'm a life creator, right? Not a content creator. I like to take advantage of my inspiration. Right? Like, okay, I'm feeling hot. I got a message. Like, I need to get it out there. The only problem with that is that the only problem with that is I feel like that every day. I feel like every day I have a message, but that doesn't allow me to continue to study. That doesn't allow me to have personal development. That doesn't allow me to be able to read my books, the stuff that I need to like work out. Right? So I have to be a lot more structured and organized. So learning how to fall into those systems, learning how to fall into that dependency of your systems, I'm telling you, it's going to be a game changer, because I'm going to tell you like this. The days where I feel like I didn't get enough done, I know that I have systems in place for the next day to get it done, right? So you can relax. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna say this, and then we're gonna wrap up the video. You cannot receive nothing until your nervous system, right, is at a state of ease. You have to have a regulated nervous system in order to receive your manifestations. You cannot be dysregulated, stressed out, fight or flight type of energy trying to receive your manifestations. You have to make space, right, and make room for your blessings. So being system dependent is going to be so much more helpful for you to relax, because you're going to say, "Oh, I got that scheduled out to send emails later." Right? I know there are things that I need to get done. I scheduled that in my day. So I don't have to worry about, me having to move around during the day at this time right now. I already have it scheduled out later in my system to get it done. I'm telling you, when I say you need to come in and you need to come learn these strategies like now, especially if you are someone who wants to get started. It takes you a while. It takes you a while to figure out, and not a while. It just takes some dedication, right? Like, you can go fast or as slow as you want. Like I said, your outcome will determine your belief systems. So if you enjoyed this video, definitely be sure to hit the like button and subscribe. I am going to be leaving a freebie guide down in the description if you want to just kind of get a look into what this strategy will feel like for you, right? Because reading is fundamental. You're going to be able to download that freebie, start reading to see like if this is something that fits into your life. I mean, you want to start a business, so pretty much, this is the route you're going to have to take. This is who you're going to have to become, right? If you want to begin to attract everything that person who you're becoming has, right? So I really enjoyed making this video for you guys today. I'm so super excited to be able to get the message out there, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.